Now we can start. The first thing we are looking at today is what we call multiplication. Multiplication with 9. Multiplication with 9. How do we do this? It's quite easy. Anytime you want to multiply anything with 9, the first thing you have to recognize is what is the category of the number. We have different categories. We have category 1, category 1, that's number from 1 to 10. Category 2. Category 2 is number from 11 to 20. Category 3. Category 3 is number from 21 to 30. Category 4. Category 4 will be number from 31 to what? To 40. In that wise, we have category 5, will be from 41 to 50. So, can you not tell me what category 6 will be? You can unmute and tell me what category 6 will be.
$51 to $60.
Oh, correct. Category 6 will now be from 51 to 51 to 60. So what's determining the category is the number in front of 0, the number that ends. That's the first digits. 20 means category 2. 30 means category 3. 40 means category 4. 50 means category 5. 60 means category 6. Now, how do we now use this category to solve questions? How do we use this category to solve questions? That is where we are going now. Now, to multiply any number in category 1, any number in category 1, let's look at category 1 now. Category 1, multiplication with 9. Category 1. Category 1, there. Now, category 1 here, we want to multiply it and see what it will give us. How do we use category 1? That's the next thing we are to discuss. So if you are to multiply anything with category 1, that 1 is very, very useful. And 10 is very, very useful. Now to multiply with category 1, the first thing you are doing is you subtract 1 from the category. I mean, you subtract the category 1 or the 1 from the number. Then, now let me go there. The rule. Subtract the value of the category from the number. That's the first digit for you. After that, subtract the number from the highest of the category. Or if you don't do that, then the last thing now, or what we do if you don't do that, or we just do what? Subtract the last digit. This Aisha Koni, your noise is not to subtract the last digit or the number from 10. The last thing now is combine the numbers. Combine the result. For instance, let me now explain what we have there so that you can be happy. Now, we have agreed that category 1 is from 1 to 10. Let me now pick a number now. Let me now pick a number so that you can get it right. So when I pick the number will now decide. Let's say I want to multiply 2 times 9. What I said we should do is to do what? We take the number down. 2 is in category 1. You say 2 minus 1. And that will give you what? 1. Then, the next thing you are doing is to subtract the number from 10. Since 10 is the highest digit, that's what? 8. So our answer now is 18. Just like that. I believe you understand. I want to believe you understand.
Yes, sir.
Let's take 3.
Yes, sir.
Let's take 3. We are using 3 now. We are using 3 now. If we take 3 times 9, we take this 3. What's the category? We know the category to be 1. 3 minus 1. And the answer there will give us 2. The next thing we do is to subtract the number from 10. Since 10 is the highest value there, 10 minus 3. And that will give you what? 7. So the answer is 27. The answer is 27. As you're coming in, you note yourself, please. Let's take another one. Let's say 7. 7 times 9. This is going to give you what? This will give you subtraction from the category. Subtraction the category. The category is 1, so we say 7 minus 1. That gives us what? 6. Then we take the 7 again. We subtract it from the highest number of the category. That's 10 minus 7. which is what? Which is 3. So the final answer there is 63. Are we together? Now, for the benefit of those who are just joining, let me give you the summary of what we've done so far. Before you multiply with 9, what you do is you know the category. Category 1 is from 1 to 10. Category 2 is from 11 to 20. Category 3 is from 20 to 30. Category 4 is from 31 to 40. Category 5 is from 41 to 50. Category 6 is from 51 to 60. What determines the category is the number in front, the first digit of the highest of the category. So, like 20, 10 now, it starts with 1, so it's category 1. 20 starts with 2, it's category 2. 30 starts with 3, it's category 3. So, how do you now analyze it or use it for multiplication with 9? The first thing you do is that the value given to you, what do you do with it? You subtract 1 from the category, from the number. The value of the category, if it's category 1, you subtract 1 from the number. Then second thing is, subtract the number from the highest of the category. Or you subtract the last digits from 10. The last digits of the number from 10. This one is of the number. It's not just that. Of the number from 10. If you have 2 digits now, so the last digit is subtract from 10. You can either subtracting the number from the highest of the category, or subtract the last digit from the 10. Now we now combine it together. We started with 2. In category 1, we took 2. Then 2 now, what the first thing you do? The category is 1. Subtract 1 from 2, you get 1. Subtract 2 from 10, you get 8. Combine together, give you 18. So you might now ask me that if it is 1 now, what will I do? 1 times 9. It tells me that all I will get is 1 minus 1. The category is 1. Then I will come here. You see that 10 minus 1. Here is 0. Here is 9. What's the answer? It's still 9 as the final answer. Can you see that? Quite simple, right? So the same thing we did with 7. You can see that 7. We subtract the category from 7, giving us 6. Then we subtract 7 from 10, giving us 63. So that is the answer. Now, let's go to category 2. Category 2 now is to be discussed. Which one should we take first? Let's take 11. 11 times 9. This one will be, first thing we do is to subtract it from the category. 11 minus 2. 11 minus 2, sorry, I have some people waiting for me there. So let them come in so that they can join us. 11 minus 2, we can see that one will give us 9. Then the next thing is what? Subtract. Please, as you are coming in, move, please. So the next thing is, either you subtract the number from the highest of the digits, or you subtract the last digits of the number. This is 1. from 10. Both will give you what? 9. Combine them together, you get 99. You get what? 99. Let's take another number from category 2 so that you can be happy. Now let's take it there. Someone is calling us. As you call in, you move, please. So the next thing here is, let's take maybe 16. 16. Here we have 16 times 9. The next thing is to subtract from what? From the category. 2 is the what? Oh, why are we here, sir? Yes, 2 is the category, right? Sorry, some people are waiting to enter. We have 16 minus 2. That's what? That's exactly 14. Then, like I said, it's either you subtract the number from the highest of the category, that will be 20 minus 16, or you take the last digit, subtract it from 10. Both will give you what? We give you 4. Combine them together. You have what? 144 as the final answer. Now, let's go to the third category. So I can see that this formula is very, very germane. Category 3, that's from 21 to 30. Let's take 34. The first thing we do here, times 9. The first thing we do here is to subtract the category value, that is 3, from 34. That will give you 31. Then the next thing is what? Is to subtract the category from, subtract the number from the highest of the category. That's 40 minus, this category 4, sorry, is category 4. So this should be minus 4 then. Then our answer will be 30 here. So we subtract from the category, the number, or we subtract the last digit from 10. That's 4. With this, we have 4. Oh, we have 6. If you now combine them together, it will give you 306. I want to believe now you can put and tell me whether you understand the logic or not before we go to the next one. Do you understand the logic? Anybody there?
Yes.
Okay. For that reason, I want you to help me solve this. Sharp, sharp. You are going to solve 72 times 9. You must first identify the category.
Category 6. Category 8. 17 from 17.
I'm waiting. Now, you have not given me the answer since. No answer yet.
668. 648.
One by one, who's talking? What's the answer?
648.
648. 648. Now let me now explain it. Let me now explain it. How do we explain it? You take this down. 72 is in 8 category. 72 minus 8, that is 64. Then we say that is either we say that that's 80 minus 70, or we use the that is the 10 minus 2, which is what? 8. Combine them together, our answer is 648. That is the last part, really.
Nice.
Now, the next thing now is to discuss what is called Patagonian triple. Patagonian triple is the next thing to be discussed. Patagonian triple. What is Patagonian triple? Pythagorean triple. What's the meaning of this? In a triangle. Now, in a Pythagorean triple, we have a right angle triangle. A right angle triangle is such that here, when they give you one angle here, let's say here is theta. If here is y, here is x and z. The rule says that here is hypotenuse, is hypotenuse. Here is called adjacent, as it is close to that angle theta. Closeness is what they call adjacent. Here is opposite. The rule here is that hypotenuse squared equals opposite squared plus adjacent squared. You know what I'm doing? I'm just giving preamble. Perhaps if A is, let's say y is 4, x is 3, what will be z in this case? Without going through that stress, there's another way to do it. You will say z squared is equal to opposite is x, which is 3 squared, plus adjacent squared now is 4 squared. This is z squared equals 9 plus 16. Z squared equals 25. Z equals square root of 25, which is 5. Now, this thing that we have here, the values, they are called Patagonian Treatment. And what do they mean? They start from the smallest value as 3, 4, and 5. That is, anytime you see 2 of them, you must know the third. For instance, when you have 4 and 5, you must know the next one, and that's 3. In any of these, how do we recognize what to do? How do we recognize what to do? We are given 2 of them, we want to know the third of them. The first rule I will give you is when the least value is odd. When the least value is odd, and let's say the least value odd number now, I'm taking it to be, oh, this thing will go off in 10 minutes time. Let's say it's n. Let's say n is the least value, but it's odd number. Is that okay? What do we do here? To get the remaining 2 numbers, so easy. So, the remaining 2 numbers will not be we call it middle value. Will be what? Will be the middle of 2 values. What I'm giving now is middle of 2 values. So that is, it is middle of n squared over 2. Are we together? For instance, if n equals 3, is that okay? The remaining 2 numbers will give you what? A value here, then n squared over 2, another value here. For instance, this one that we have, it will give us 3 squared over 2 and a value here. What's that? This is 9 over 2. Then we give you what? 4.5. What are the values that come before 4.5 and come after 4.5? That would be what? Who can guess? That would be 4 and 5. Without wasting time, just square it, divide by 2, and you're there. So the 2 numbers will be gotten like that. For instance, if the least value you have is 5, we'll check the 2 now and you will see how it works. Let's say n equals 5. The 2 numbers we are looking for will be here, then 5 squared over 2, and this here. This is 25 over 2. That's 12.5. So the 2 numbers that come before 12.5 and another one come after 12.5, the integer will be 12 and 13. Which means that another Patagonian triple we have here will be 5, being the least value, 12 and 13. Are we together? let's take 7 as the least value. In this case now, n equals 7. We have the two values to be before 7.5 over 2. This will give you 49 over 2. This is going to give us 24.5. The value before 24.5 is 24, and we have 25. The two values there will be 24 and 25, which means that we start with 7, 24, and 25. I believe you understand this concept. You don't need to be looking for square of this, square of that, find the square root to get the actual value. Once they give me something like this, assuming I see something like this, 40, and then what? 41. I want to give another shortcut. What I do immediately is that the least number value there, they say that they are triple, particular triple. I'll just say that, okay, 40 plus 41. That's what? 81. That's another short I'm giving you. That's 9 squared. It means 9 is what I'm looking for. 9, 40, and then what? 41. If you go back to what we have done, 3, 4, 5, and 5, 12, 13. Look at this. Look at this. 3, 4, 5. You are given 4 and 5. Make the highest. What you do is 4 plus 5. That's 9, which is 3 squared. You are given 12 and 13. That will give us 12 plus 13, 25. That's 5 squared. Next thing here, look at the one we just did down, 7. We have proved that one. I've proved it already. So that is how to get the Patagonian triple. I believe it is very, very clear. I want to believe that.
Yes, sir.
So that is what we are done now. Now that is the first category. The second category is when the least value is even. Is what? Even. Let x equals the even number. What do we do? It's same style, but in this case now you are coming here. The value at the middle will be divided by 4. Will be divided by 4. Will be divided by 4. For instance, we have 6. Those values must be what? They must be greater one another by 2. By 2. Now, they are not odd numbers. The rule is that they are not odd numbers, they are not even numbers. That's not the issue. The issue is that they must be greater than one another by 2. But let's go there. Let's say, assuming if x equals 6, we can't use 4 because 4 has come as a particular triple in another place. You understand? So if we use 6 now, for that 6, what do we do? It's just simple. we have what? We have the value before the number x squared or 6 squared now over 4. That will lead us to the value here, and that is 36 over 4. Here is value here 9. Then with that, we have what? The two values we are looking for will be 8 and 10, which means that if we talk about the Patagonian treatment, we are having what? 6, least value, 8 and 10. Is that okay? Now let's say the x now is 8 itself. That will give us 8 squared over 4, and the value here, that's 64 over 4. Then we have 16. Now, let's go there. Just like I said, that if the value is even, you just square it, divide it by 4, the number before it and the number after it will be we give you the triple, and that will give you 8, 15, and 17. Now, that is about Patagonian triple. Let's now go to the last thing we want to do today. We want to discuss about 2 and 5. What's the meaning of 2 and 5? How do you multiply with 2 and 5? How do you divide with 2 and 5? Now note, look at 2 times 2. That's 4. 2 times 2 times 2, that's 8. I'll tell you what I mean by all this. Now, anytime you have 2, you can see now 2 times 1 is 2. We know that. 2 times 1 is 2. We know that, really. Now, anytime you now have the opposite, look at 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. Now let's go there. If I now say that 1 over 2, because it is 1 and it is 2, it's going to reverse back to 5 immediately. This thing is giving me 0.5, which means that's 1 decimal place of that 5. If you have 1 over 4, because it is 2 in 2 places, you are going to have 0. Go back. What this one is giving you is what the opposite we are getting here. It's going to give you 0.25. 1 over 8 is going to give you, you can see 2 in 3 places. We work with 5 in 3 places. That's 0.125. Let's go to 1 over 5. That will give you 5 now in 1 place. We work with 2 in 1 place. That will be 0.2. Look at this. 1 over 25 is 5 in 2 places. It works back with 4. And that will be 2 places of 4. 0.04. It should be 0.0. So that it will be 2 places. Is that okay? It will be in 2 places now. Again, what is 1 over 125? That will be 3 places of 8, 0.008, because they are in 3 places. Now, what are the implications of what I've written so far? Implication of what I've written so far. The implication now is what I want to tell you, so that I can be happy. Now, if I say that I want to multiply anything with 2, I don't know it. Let's say I have 64 times 2. If I don't know what to do sharp, I can use another thing for it. So that it will be easier for me to multiply. But this one might be complicated a bit. It is 6 times 10 over 5. But I won't lose our time. Okay? So better, if it is where it works so much is 64 times 5. This will give you 64 times 10 over 2. This one can be done sharp. That's 2 here, 32. Multiply, that's 320. See that? That one is quite easier to do. Let's say we have 64 times 25. You know 25 work with 4, right? 5 in 2 places is working with 2 in 2 places, 4. That will give us 64 times 100 over 4. 4 here, you can easily divide to give you 16, and that will give you 1,600. Let's go to the division part, so that you can be happy. It is division part. We divide by 2, so that it won't give us stress so much. Now, let's say we have this like 35, okay, 3,355 divided by 5. What do we do here? So easy. What we just do here is to say 35 over 1 times 1 over 5. The meaning of this is what? 355 over 1 times 2 over 10. You can easily multiply this to give you 710 over 10. This divide is equal to 71. That is how we use 5 and 2 to work together, so that it won't be giving us unnecessary stress when you are dividing or you are multiplying. Is that okay? Is that okay? Now, let's say we have something like this. 410 divided by 5. Who will tell me the answer sharp without wasting time? Who will tell me the answer sharp? 410 times divided by times what? 2. 0 cancels 0, multiply that, we have 82 as the final answer. The time is fast spent today, and that is where we are going to stop. But before we stop, I want to give you opportunity to comment, ask questions, and do the necessary you want to do, so that we can talk together. And after that, we'll now discuss on how we can assist our children to know maths and physics. So anybody there, you are now, can now unmute and talk. How far so far? Anybody there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's hear you, please.
Actually, I myself, I'm not at home with my kids. I believe they have logged on. I've given them the link. So, but I cannot really access them the way they are doing now because I'm in the office, they are at home. So, but what I believe with these steps, is there any assignment that you are going to give to them concerning all these topics that have been treated with them so that they can lay their hands on it as a practice?
Okay, I will send that one on WhatsApp.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any other comments? So if there is no other comment, since there is no other comment, I'm still waiting if there is any.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
You can ask the kids also. Maybe they have questions, clarification on what they have been taught. So,
please.
They are not saying anything.
Please allow the children to talk if they have something to say or question they want to ask. Now, what we have here now is, after today will be the last class for this. And that will tell us what we are going to do next. What we are doing next here is, you tell me your children, area, class, and the likes. If you want me to train them on math and physics, you discuss with me personally. I will know what to do. If I now have like 2 or 4 or 5 people together, we can discuss it and they will come together. I will take them together on their gray areas. But I assure you, that's when they will get it right, though it won't go for free. The other one will be like real coaching. This one is just like a sensitization to say. So if you really want to get me, you can get me at any time. I'll send this to YouTube. Akoni Aisha, your kids are writing already. Please, they should stop writing. So you can get me at any time with this number 08022706148 at any time. So in case you want to get me there, I'm available anytime. So that will be the end of the class for today, since there's nothing next to be discussed. And that will assist us to do what we want to do well. So in this case, I want to say thank you for listening. And then bye for now.
Thank you, sir. We really appreciate your gesture.
Thank you very much for listening.